Hello you guys, it's Emma. Welcome back. Today I am sharing with you my potty training essentials. So we have been potty training. Let me back up. I'm a mom of twins, identical twin boys. If you haven't already seen my first month of potty training success story, it's linked up here in the cards. I wanted to just designate a specific video to the things that we use and have been using for potty training that have made it really easy to consistently do potty training with one of my twins. We will potty train the other one soon here. I really wanted to get this down with one before jumping into the other one, knowing that if he has been watching his brother do this whole time, he probably will catch on maybe even quicker than my other son did. So let's jump into all of my potty training essentials. So the first thing I got to do potty training is a potty chair. So we have the baby Bjorn potty chair. I think they're like $30, but I found one at a garage sale and I think I found the other one on Marketplace for like $10. So I have two of the same ones. They're the same colors. I think they look pretty nice. They're kind of cute. And the two actually stack together. So that's nice. So we have one on our main level. We have one upstairs. What I like about it is the potty seat comes out to make it easy to dump. There's so many of them though, and they all probably work relatively well. Like I said in my past video, what was really important for us was that we were consistent all of the time. That when we started potty training, we didn't just do it when it was convenient at home. We did it everywhere. And so that means that I had to be prepared to potty train everywhere. And that means bringing potties with us. So I have two travel potties and I have one like a potty seat that sits on the toilet that's coming that I want to try out. Oops. This is my little potty carrying bag, and in it I have this travel portable potty. It folds up and it's small. It fits in my diaper bag and I like it so far. So I'm going to show you how this one works. So it has these little feet that like fold out and press in. Okay. And then you pop this out and that's your little potty. Now, it can work like this where you just set it on the ground. It's a little weird because like this doesn't snap in when the little potty bucket is in there. And so you can take the seat off and you can take this out and then you can have the seat on it. And then you can, if you pull these like this, you can flip these this way and then this just sits on the toilet like this and then they can just put their pee into the toilet. So that is another option. I do think this comes with like little bags, like little liners to put on this. I actually got this used off Facebook Marketplace. And so I didn't have any of those to go with it. But I'll put a link to this one down in the description box below. I have liked it. It's not like, I don't know. I'm sure there's really comparable ones. It's not like incredible, but it has done the trick and it's very convenient. So this is the one that I have with us like when we go to church and I want to be like really discreet about it because it can just fit in my diaper bag. The other one looks like this, just folds up into like 4 little parts and you just open it up and set it on the toilet and it makes the seat small for a child to sit on. I think in the beginning it's been more comfortable in public for him to sit on the little potty than sitting on the big potty. I know we'll get there and that will get easier, but that's why I like having these small potties with us. It's just a little less intimidating. 2 more potties. I feel like I'm now like the potty guru. People make fun of me. Well, I've had a couple people comment like, whoa, you have your potty with you. Yes, I just bring it everywhere. It's like our new accessory. Just embrace it, embrace the potty training, and get excited about it. So I did get one of these like potty seats that just sit on the toilet. I know they make like toilet seat ones where it's the big toilet seat and then a little potty one. I think because we are in a rental, I didn't invest in that, but I think that's great. But this has worked just fine. And then this is kind of nice because we have this available, or we have the little potty chair in the bathroom. And so I just sometimes give my son a choice. Like, do you want to sit on the big potty or the little potty? And it's not a choice of, do you want to go to the bathroom? It's which potty are you going to sit on? Because we're going to go to the bathroom. And that helps to just offer a choice in the bathroom. I'll link a couple ones. They look cool where it's like the potty seat and then a step up to it, which I think if we had more room in our bathroom, our bathrooms are pretty small, so I just don't feel like I have room for extra stuff. But that would be really cool. One of our friends has it, and my son really enjoys using that in the bathroom because then his feet has something to sit on while he's sitting on the big toilet, and that's been really successful. Okay, one last potty thing, and then some of my most favorite potty training things that make it really easy when you're out and about. This is my other little potty seat. This one I got from Target. It was like $10. I just wanted a smaller one. The baby Bjorn one has a big back, and so it didn't go in our stroller very good. So I just tucked this one like in the bottom of our stroller, in the back of our burley, in the back of the car. So this is kind of the out of the house potty that we bring with us. I'll like put it in this little bag if we want to like bring it in places, but sometimes I just leave this one in the car, or have it accessible if we need it. Just like a note on being out of the house. It works really great. You can have your kid go pee in the car on their potty. We have like a kind of like a hatchback 4-door vehicle, and so there's a flat space in the back where you can just set the potty up. We've actually had the most success with having him put the potty on the front seat, and he can pretend to like drive the car while going potty. And then sometimes we motivate going potty is we won't turn the vehicle on, so like the steering wheel won't turn until he's gone pee in the potty, and that has been successful. We did that a lot when we were like road tripping, and somehow that just was more comfortable than like going into a foreign bathroom. And so if you do that, having a mason jar in your vehicle or in your stroller can be really helpful. Also, in a pinch, your child could pee in the jar. Maybe, I know you might think that's a little weird, but they can do it, and it can be really discreet. And we haven't done that actually, but I'm sure someday we will. So having a mason jar, really simple, easy, portable potty in a pinch. Now, one of my biggest obstacles I had to overcome was that I didn't want to have to like clean my car seats if we had an accident while we were driving somewhere or in the stroller. And they make liners for your stroller and your car seat. And so it came in a pack of 2. And so they're these waterproof, it's rubber on the back. See that? And then it's like just a soft fabric here. It has a little hole for the buckle to go through, and then it just lines the car seat. I have one in the stroller. I'll move it from the stroller to the burley, and then I have one that just stays in the car seat. And it's great. They're super absorbent, and it just would protect your car seat cover from getting wet with pee, and then you could just wash this instead. And so this for me was like a must-have. Because that was something I was like, I cannot have to clean my car seats multiple times a week if we have accidents in the car. So this gives me peace of mind knowing like, hopefully we don't. Hopefully he's gone potty before, but if there is an accident, we're covered. Literally covered. I'm going to save my books for the end, but I have 2 other little things. One recommendation from a friend was Flushable Wipes. And these are great because now when you're wiping a bottom, sometimes having a little moisture is good, and being able to flush that is even better. I use these a lot to like wipe out the potty from poop before flushing it and like washing the potty chair. So Flushable Wipes. I'll put a link down below. The other thing that's really helpful to have, if you don't have one already, is a step stool. I really like this one because it's a 2-step one. I've used it 2 ways. 1, just at the sink to wash hands after going to the bathroom, and 2, when I use that little potty seat that sits on the toilet, putting this at the edge of the toilet, walk himself up and sit down on the toilet has been nice. I have a whole blog post about Montessori step stools. They're really just step stools, but keywords, you know? And so I will link that down below. This one we really liked, but there's a lot of different step stool options. Again, I liked it because for a young toddler who's short, it gets them up higher to the sink. I find that a lot of step stools are still too short for a young toddler to actually be able to reach like a faucet or something like that. Okay, I lied. There was one more thing. I also have training pants. Now, in the book I read, she would say that this is almost too much like a diaper because it's padded, or it's like extra thick and it feels kind of like a diaper. So I totally understand that. And we didn't use these initially for a while. And I still don't use them. My son went from being naked to being naked with pants on. And then if we are out and about and I'm nervous about there being an accident and a puddle of pee being left, like in the church pew, I will put on a pair of training pants to have extra absorbency. Or like I said in my past video, I will put these on and a pull up over for like really long car rides. If I'm feeling unprepared to handle an accident, I will put a link to them. They're really nice ones. They're really soft, but regular underwear would work too. I just had got these before and didn't get anything different. Something I like to keep in the diaper bag are these wet bags. So they're like plastic lined and you can put wet things in them and it won't get the bag wet. And so I'll use this for like clothes that have had an accident. They're great also for like swimsuits and other things. I used them when we were cloth diapering. If you're curious about cloth diapering, I'll put a video up here. They're just nice to have, but a plastic bag, like a shopping bag, is just as effective at keeping wet things inside. So I'll link these down below. Last but not least, it's helpful to have some books about using the potty. There are a lot out there and I only have a few, but I thought I would share 3 that we've liked. One of them is in my son's room and he's napping right now. So I will just put a little picture of that book here when I get to it. But one that we've loved and I think is funny is How Do You Poo? And it's all about poop. And it says, is your poo long or is it short? Is it loud or is it quiet? Does it sink or does it float? And I think for a lot of kids, pooping on the potty can be like a scary experience. That wasn't our experience for our kids. I think that hasn't been an obstacle. It's actually been a little bit easier than getting their pee in the potty, but that is just, I don't know. I think some people have difficulty. Actually, the book I read, she had a whole chapter about poop. So if that's a difficulty for you, maybe check that out. But this book is also kind of a fun way to make it all feel very normal. How do you poo? The other one, staying on theme, Everyone Poops. Also kind of a fun book for kiddos. And then the other one we've liked is this Mr. Rogers one about the potty. And my boys have loved Mr. Rogers. And so this is a very like clear, realistic, factual book. I will say the pictures in it are kind of, I don't know, inaccurate. Like some of the children look very old. But maybe that it was probably written a long time ago. So who knows? But those are 3 books that we've liked. So it's sometimes nice to have some books that you can read about going to the potty, especially on those early days when you feel like you're spending a while on the potty. Also just some small little activities. I had like a little magnet board and a buckle board, or had different fasteners on it. And those were kind of nice things to offer when I would prompt to go potty and there was some resistance. I could offer some little activity for my son to sit and do. And that seemed to help. We don't use a ton of those now today. I found with him, just if he doesn't pee in the first like 10 seconds, he probably doesn't have to. And so we'll try again in a little while. Okay, you guys, well, those are some of my potty training essentials. If you have any questions, please leave those down in the question comments section below. And I will see you next week for another video. Have a great day. Bye.